talk about Talbros Automotive, the company recently had won an order that was of around 580 crores, a multi-year order which is worth 580 crores. And to talk more about the order, what should we be expecting from the company going forward, we're joined by Navin Juneja, Director and Group CFO at Talbros Automotive Components. Thank you so much, Mr. Juneja, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now. Let's talk about this recent order win. Now, with this, where does your order book go currently stand at? How much is the contribution in terms of the bottom line you are expecting from the new order win?
Yeah, good afternoon, and thank you for having me on the show. As regard the total order book, and the last financial year, we announced the order book of around 1,000 crores. And during the current financial year, first order book we announced in the month of July of 400 crores. And this is the new order book we are announcing in the month of November of 580 crores. Out of this order book is in respect to all the business verticals we are having, be it gasket, heat sheet, forging, and my chassis component and rubber division. And this order book will start commercialization of which will start happening from the third quarter of next financial year, and it will go up to 25-26. And as regards the bottom line and the top line are concerned, we expect a growth of around 18% going forward in our top line. And my EBITDA, we expect to be maintained by 15% plus going forward. And because out of this order book, around 450 crores is 415 crores is export, and which is where the margins are much better as compared to domestic, which is 2-3% more. So we are foreseeing that my EBITDA margin should improve further from 15% going forward to up to 16% in the next couple of years.
I believe your margins will also be aided by this new order because nearly 50% of the order is from EVs. So if you could explain us by what percentage points would your margins could be higher going forward, and what is the margin profile when it comes to the EV business and for the rest of your business?
Yeah, as regard the EBITDA margin, in the first 6 months of this financial year, we achieved a EBITDA of around 15.3%. And going forward, we are getting very good export orders in all our divisions, be it forging division, which is at present we are 55% export, and we are contemplating that it should go up to 60%. And similarly, my chassis division, which is also expected to grow very heavily on export front. Our total export on a consolidated basis around 25%, which expect to go into 30% in next 3 years. And the EBITDA margin I told you earlier, which is 2-3% more, and we are expecting my EBITDA, which is around 15%, at 15.3% for the next 6 months, should grow up to 16% in next couple of years, definitely.
Right. I also want to know in terms of your guidance, for right.
Sorry, last one thing I forgot regarding the EV margin.
Sure.
EV margins are also the same ratio. EBITDA margins are the same, which is there in IC engines. There is no difference in that.
Okay, no difference on that front. Okay, but also I just want to talk about exports now a bit, right? Your guidance is to increase exports from 25% in FY23 to 35% in FY27. That's the estimate that you've given. Now, where does this opportunity lie? Which segments and which geographies would you be looking at that this opportunity would come from?
The opportunity is basically from Europe and UK, and we're getting very good traction with our huge OEMs. And as we are in the process of solving their problems in one sense, plus because they are facing a lot of pressures from their component manufacturers from European territory, and they are forcing and they are looking at us in a big way. As a result of which, we are reducing their cost by 15-20%, and we are open our warehouses in our three places in Europe and one place in UK, and and they are very happy with our performance, quality, price, and we are getting very, very good traction from these customers.
So apart from this order win, how is the future order wins looking like? For how many of them have you applied? How many of them are in L1 stage? Any guidance if you could give us?
Yeah. At present, we are negotiating in the process of working on another export orders of around 150 crores in the process. It will be closed in next 4 to 5 months, we expect. So this is the potential at present. From there, these customers and plus new customers are going to be added to that.
Right, Mr. Juneja, thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now, talking to us about what we should be expecting from the company going forward, as well as the order book, how would that look like, and margins as well.